My parents spent my college fund on my brother's 5th DUI. When I asked where the money went, my mom told me to be grateful because family protects family. Years later, they called again, demanding $35,000 for his rehab. I laced up my boots and went hiking instead. Growing up, my older brother Cole was the crisis and I was the furniture. He screamed, punched walls, got suspended, got arrested, and somehow it was always someone else's fault. My parents, Marla and Rick, called him sensitive and acted like consequences were cruelty. I learned young that being easy meant being invisible. I brought home a little school ribbon once and mom didn't even look at it. Birthdays became later. Awards became background noise under whatever Cole had set on fire. The only adult who ever said the truth was my Uncle Grant. Grease under his nails, blunt as a hammer. He'd watch Cole explode and tell my parents, "You're teaching him nothing." They hated him for it. A few weeks after high school, Cole got pulled over again. 5th DUI. This time he hit a parked car and couldn't stand straight. My parents paced the kitchen like victims. "They're trying to ruin him," Mom cried. Dad swore the cops were out to get him. The next day, my college acceptance letter arrived. I opened it twice. I walked downstairs and asked about the fund my grandparents set up. Mom froze. Dad didn't read the letter. He just sigh-hid. "It's gone," Mom said. I blinked. "Gone?" Dad faced me. "Your brother needed help." I lifted the letter. "You used my college money on his legal bills." Mom snapped. "It wasn't yours. It was for the family." I said, "So I'm not family?" Dad stepped closer. "You're smart. You'll work. Real life isn't handed to you." I pointed toward the hallway, but it's handed to him. Mom's voice turned sharp. "Be grateful we kept him safe." Something in me unhooked. I went upstairs. I grabbed 2 bags. I came back down and set them by the door. Mom stared. "Where are you going?" "Somewhere you can't spend me," I said. Outside, Uncle Grant was leaning on his truck like he'd been waiting. He looked at the bags and nodded once. Cash hit my palm. "You didn't break this family," he said. "They did. I rented a cheap room. I worked brutal shifts. I finished school the slow way and kept going anyway. Years later, I had a steady job, a small house, and a wife, Nora, who treated quiet effort like it mattered. I paid off my loans one stubborn month at a time. That's when my parents resurfaced. Suddenly, proud. Suddenly, missing me. They dodged Cole's name, which told me everything. Mom called during dinner. "No, hello, just panic. It's your brother." Dad cut in. 12-month program, $35,000. You need to cover it." I laughed once. "Why would you think I'd do that?" "Because you can," he snapped. "You owe your family." Mom cried on cue. "We raised you." I said, "Name one thing you did for me." Silence. Then Dad barked, "Don't rewrite history." My phone buzzed with voicemails from Cole, begging, then blaming, then the threat. "If you don't help, I'll do something stupid. Is that what you want?" I listened. Same manipulation, different decade. I put the phone back to my ear. "I'm not paying for rehab." Mom gasped like I'd confessed to a crime. Dad started spitting insults. He blamed Nora. "She poisoned you." I kept my voice flat. "You chose him over me years ago. I'm choosing myself." Then I hung up and blocked them. By morning, relatives I barely knew were calling me heartless. So I sent one email. "The rehab is $35,000. If you care, split it. About $2,300 each." Nobody offered money. They just got offended. I blocked them too. 9 months later, a police officer called. "This is Sergeant Patel. I'm sorry. Your brother was found deceased. Overdose. Short, official, final." I didn't go to the funeral. Nora and I drove to a trail outside Cedar Ridge. Cold air, empty path, step, breath, no speeches, no pretending. That night, my dad called from a new number. "You didn't come," he said. "No," I replied. "He was your brother, and he was your responsibility," I said. "Not mine." Then I ended the call. A month later, an envelope showed up. My parents apologized in shaky handwriting. They said they failed both their sons. They said they were sorry. Nora asked, "Do you want to respond?" I folded the letter and put it away. No, I didn't feel anger. I didn't feel relief. I felt distance. Solid, quiet distance. The kind you earn when you finally stop being collateral damage.